Okay. Hold on.
And hard to hit, and it just runs into water every time, and you can't get it out of the water, and you try to kill it for like 3 minutes, and you could have just melted beef in a shorter amount of time. But there's actually one way you can solve this. By making a single block hole and putting water in it, the cow will run towards it when burning and moronically spin around until it burns to death. I know everyone's been asking, so let me tell you about the secret use of farmland. Farmland is really good for farming, but there's two things that make it unique. First, you can quickly turn dirt to farmland and back to dirt with just a hoe. And second, farmland is 1 pixel shorter than dirt, meaning by finding some in the open, you can hide anything. You can put a barrel there for basically a chest hidden in the open, or a minecart entrance to a secret base all hidden behind a hoe and 1 piece of dirt. A lot of people don't know that some horses are faster than others. On average, they go about 9.5 blocks per second, a bit faster than sprint jumping or minecarts, but they can be as low as 4.7 blocks a second, or barely faster than walking, or as high as 14 blocks a second, double the speed of sprint jumping. But how do you get faster horses? Every horse spawns with 3 random attributes for health, speed, and jump height, and breeding them passes down these values. So you just have to tame a few horses, find the fastest ones, and breed them over and over again. I just found my new favorite Minecraft seed. You spawn in on this hill and it looks pretty bland, but with a bit of exploring around, you'll find these beautiful mountain ranges everywhere with villages and outposts, and there's cliffs, just so many of these near spawn. But that alone doesn't make it my favorite, because a few hundred blocks from spawn, you find this, the coolest world generation I've ever seen. This literally looks like an amplified world from every angle, above the clouds, insane cliffs, waterfalls, lava falls. Like, imagine building a base here or multiple people in a city. I've never seen anything like it. The fermented spider eye is one of the weirdest items in Minecraft, but also extremely useful. It's crafted with a spider eye, sugar, and brown mushroom, and only used in one thing, potions. It's used directly into a water bottle to make weakness potions, the only potions craftable without nether wart, but that's not even its best use. The fermented spider eye reverses potions, put it on speed and its slowness, put it on healing and its harming, put it on night vision and its invisibility, meaning a lot of the best potions in the game are locked behind this red piece of mush. Finding a nether fortress can be the hardest thing in a Minecraft world, but there's a bit you can do to make it easier. First of all, if your portal spawns in a nether cave, you have to try to find your way to the open nether. You might have to start mining, so make sure to crawl mine, and anywhere from layer 32 to 104 is great, but I prefer layer 75. Once you're out, you basically just want to cover as much ground as possible, because they can spawn in any biome, so just find open areas to run around. And because of how they generate, you don't want to be in the single or double digits on your X and Z coordinates. You can make a warped fungus on a stick, and with a saddle, ride a strider through lava lakes and hopefully find some of those nether brick pillars. You know, we all talk about the water bucket clutch, but no one talks about the lava bucket clutch. Okay, I know what you're thinking, it doesn't exactly work as well as water, but it actually can be useful. While lava doesn't completely save you, it does slow your fall, but MLGing only does this slightly and you're still on fire. But if you place it up on a wall, you take much less damage from falling, and then you just need to survive the fire, which you can easily do with some food and decent armor. It's not the best solution, but if you're in a pinch and it's all you have, it is possible and it can save you. Minecraft may have just leaked the next major update. So this German magazine Die Spiegel put out a story for Minecraft's 15th anniversary, and it includes an interview with Lady Agnes, Minecraft's game director. The interview's in German, but Google translated to English, there's one question that sticks out. How do you decide what you add to the game? She responds, "We look at what players want and what we have changed recently. While we added new types of caves and forests to the game last year, we will focus on other things for now, such as the combat system." It kinda sounds like they're confirming a combat update, but the problem could be in the translation. I asked a native German speaker to translate it, and he said the response was, if we added new types of caves and forests to the game last year, the focus will be set on different things like the combat system. He said it's weird to translate,
is the video good? Like, is it quiet enough that you can hear me?
Very soon, and if not, we do know they're still thinking about it. there's a hidden piece of loot only found in strongholds and jungle temples. But first you need to understand enchanted books. If you loot an enchanted book from a woodland mansion, ocean ruin, pillager outpost, mob spawner, mineshaft, or desert temple, the book is essentially enchanted with a random level 1 to 30, meaning it could be mid or something awesome. But if you've ever looted a stronghold library, you might have noticed something. All the books here are godly, but why? Because unlike all the other books, these are level 30 books, commonly found in libraries, but also scattered rarely in other stronghold chests, and for some reason, a 4% chance from jungle temple chests. Well guys, we're finally here. It's been over 1,000 days straight of videos, and I just have nothing else to talk about. Wait, what? So after 3 years I've learned that you can just ride a llama and tame it, but after taming it you can't put a saddle on it or even control it at all, but you can put a chest on it for 3 slots for some reason. I don't even get the point because you can't control it. And then you can put carpet on it? Just look at all these carpet designs. We got a creeper, an enderman, a pink thing. I've literally never seen these in my entire life. Today I answer the age-old question, lure or luck of the sea? Luck of the sea increases the chance of treasure catches, which are usually what you're wanting from fishing, while lure decreases the time it takes to get a catch, but lowers treasure odds. Except for the fact that it doesn't. This is what lure did in 2013, but ever since 1.9, lure doesn't affect the loot table at all, just speeds up catches, but a ton of people still think this. So you should use lure and luck of the sea, both of which essentially double your odds, and when combined with rain and open air exposure, you can get a ton of loot. I just realized something. So on May 30th, 2023, I uploaded the craziest seed I've ever discovered. Then a year later, on June 12th, 2024, I uploaded the craziest seed I've ever discovered. So that begs the question, what's the craziest seed I've ever discovered? Well, the first one was this crazy snowy taiga shattered mountain world generation that you literally spawned on, which was super cool, but I think I beat it. The recent one was a beach shipwreck that spawned in Deep Slate because of sky exposure, and I've done a lot of searching and never found a shipwreck this deep without glitches, and it's right at spawn. I have you beat, Seed Finders. One of the best criticisms of Java Minecraft is that if you don't have a good computer, the game is pretty laggy, especially at high render distances. For a decade, this was solved with Optifine, a mod that essentially took away nothing and just boosted the game's FPS. But now, Optifine's pretty outdated, and the new hot thing is Sodium. Sodium will massively boost your FPS, and I would recommend everyone getting it. I literally don't play the game without it. There's some other mods I use, like Lithium and Starlight, but mainly all you need is Sodium. This isn't sponsored, by the way, I just think it's a good mod. I have a suggestion for Minecraft. No, it's not to make minecarts faster, although that would be nice. What's the most boring part of a Minecraft playthrough? I don't know about you, but for me it's going to the nether and running around and finding nothing when you can't find a fortress. Now, a lot of the time it's not bad, but it could spawn 1,000 blocks away, and you're just looking forever. While you can see hundreds of blocks in the overworld, here we have nether fog just 96 blocks out. That's why I want a feature for the spyglass, making it see through more nether fog, and giving a niche item a use besides just being a zoom feature. Suspicious sand and gravel are supposed to be unobtainable blocks. Breaking it drops nothing, even with silk touch, and it's even destroyed when falling onto a torch. If it wasn't for shears, breaking them with shears still does nothing, but with shears you can get cobwebs. Then if you get a suspicious sand or gravel to fall on a cobweb with nothing beneath it, after 30 seconds it'll break into the item. And these are actually pretty cool building blocks for variation, and also a huge flex. Subscribe for more tips. The most underrated technique in Minecraft is water mining. With the use of doors, you can easily swim in caves in the ocean, placing the doors for air pockets and mining a bunch of ores. But what's the upside to just regular caving? Well, besides just not being able to find a normal cave, there's actually a lot. First of all, you don't have to worry about mobs because they literally can't spawn here, besides glow squids. Also, most ores, or at least gold, lapis, coal, and diamonds, spawn more frequently with no air exposure, meaning more ore in water caves. And on servers, these are usually unlooted. Everyone mines the big caves near spawn, but no one checks the water. You know, I do what I can to combat misinformation on the internet, even when it's sometimes me spreading it. But this time, it's the top comment on my last video where I talk about wells. Fun fact, a desert well shows that there is a structure in that biome, so if you find a desert well, check the biome for a desert temple or village. This just isn't true, and a lot of people think it is. Wells are completely random. The comment said if you think it's wrong, go test it for yourself, so here you go. This desert well is in a small desert with nothing else in it. The closest of these structures is 5,000 blocks away. Alright guys, I made a really fun game. You know Who's That Pokemon, where you have to guess the Pokemon? Well, get ready for Who's That Block? Alright, round one. Who's that block? It's Podsol. That was easy, but time for round two. Who's that block? It's lime glazed terracotta. And for the final round, the hardest one yet. Who's that block?
A staircase.
It's bamboo mosaic stairs. Subscribe if that was an insane game. Isn't the world border kinda just weird? Like, I hate to say it, but it just doesn't feel Minecrafty. It's not a block and it's all animated. It's just kinda out of place. Like, the Farlands as a world border was way cooler. Obviously it was just a glitch, but it had a charm to it instead of glowing walls. I feel like even a hard cutoff into the void would be better than this, but I really don't see any argument against the return of the Farlands or anything with more character than this. You can do my favorite glitch with this one though. What's the hardest block to mine? Well, it seems simple. Something like obsidian, crying obsidian, the respawn anchor, or netherite block have the longest breaking time of 250 seconds. But with a good pickaxe, this goes to just a few seconds, and reinforced deep slate is 82 seconds no matter what tool you
I
use.
forgot how to make an
Now we
XOR.
have the trial spawner and vault, which also have no tool to make it faster, meaning if you want to break one of these, it will take over 4 minutes to break one. Herobrine was in Minecraft. Kinda. If you somehow don't know, Herobrine was a mythical mob from the early days of Minecraft that never actually existed. But back then, Mojang was mentioning Herobrine much more, even using him in official Minecraft artwork. And then they added him to the game, in the form of official console skin bundles, but still, right there, Herobrine in Minecraft by Mojang. But this is interesting because since then, Herobrine has been pretty much unmentioned for 10 years, besides a note in every major update reading removed Herobrine. But even this stopped after 1.16, and it seemed Herobrine would never be mentioned again until 1.20, when removed Herobrine was back for its first mention in 3 years, and maybe there's more to come. What's the rarest wood type in Minecraft? In the last few years, we've had multiple new wood types in some decently rare biomes, but which is the rarest? Well, all the old wood is usually common, and when it's not, it can be found in shipwrecks. This leaves the Cherry Grove, Mangrove Swamp, and Pale Garden. So I generated 100 worlds, located the closest of each biome, and ranked them by distance. The Cherry Grove was only the furthest away 4 times, so it's definitely not that, and the Mangrove Swamp beat the Pale Garden 55 to 45, making it slightly less common. Now, it is a small sample size, but Pale Oak is always touching a dark forest, while the Mangrove Swamp can spawn next to a lot of biomes, making it harder to locate and making Mangrove Wood stay the rarest. What's the rarest mob drop in Minecraft? Things like lightning killing a turtle and dropping a bowl, and killing a wandering trader drinking an invisibility potion are pretty hard to do, but can be easily replicated, unlike the tropical fish. Now, it does have a 100% drop rate from tropical fish, but from the Elder Guardian, it's different. It has a 2.5% chance to drop a random fish pulling from the fishing loot pool, where a tropical fish is only a 2% chance, meaning 2% of the 2.5%, or 1 in 2,000. Even with looting 3, it's a 1 in 900 chance, meaning you'd have to find 300 ocean monuments and kill 900 Elder Guardians for a decent chance of 1 to drop a tropical fish. Camman just sucks at redstone. Alright, it's time for a redstone video. I gotta prove my knowledge. So here I have a dropper, dispenser, observer, and crafter, and they're all very different. The dispenser has a more surprised look with these high arching eyebrows and a more circular mouth, while the dropper is clearly more jubilant with the triangle single mouth. Now the observer is very interesting. It has these long, flat eyebrows and bigger eyes actually than any of its counterparts, but a tiny mouth, just 2 pixels wide by some estimates. So I think the observer's going for a more stern look here. Now the crafter also really stands out, having these tiny eyes and huge mouth, and some even theorize this is a mustache, but in my opinion, because by activating it, you can see it open its mouth, so I'm pretty sure this is a mouth, and it has this angry eyebrow going on. So next time you guys can think twice before saying I don't know about redstone. What's the rarest? Oh, I got a DM. Play Minecraft in Roblox. Okay. Oh, we're loading in? Oh, what? What? Alright, we're in the world. Oh, there's a person over there. I guess this is snow. Do we have, like, all the same blocks? Oh. No way it followed me. Okay, there's people over here. That guy's got iron armor. Bro's been grinding. What is that? Wait, can I punch him? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, I kind of want to... Wait a second. Can I just combo him? Why isn't he fighting back? He's still running. Oh, he's hitting back. He's sinking.
Okay, yeah, that's actually good.
Did he log off? Can you just do that? Wait, are these diamonds down here? Oh, what the... Why is there like 1 layer of water? Oh my god. Roblox Minecraft moment. Alright, can I craft a... What is all of this stuff? Insufficient funds? Buy Robux? No! Wait a second, you can just buy X-ray on the side and admin commands? Literally, who plays this? So a lot of people don't know what saturation is. In Minecraft, you have a health bar and a hunger bar that goes up every time you eat food. But what also goes up is an invisible saturation bar, which decides how long until you have to eat next. And every food gives a different amount of saturation. This is why with foods like sweet berries, you have to eat every 5 seconds, but with a steak, you can go minutes. And since a lot of people eat the second they're hungry, saturation is arguably more important than the hunger restorative of food. Common foods with god-awful saturation are sweet berries, beetroots, and melons, which are so overrated, the same nutritional value of poisonous potatoes. But even things like bread and baked potatoes are significantly worse than cooked meats. You know what we don't appreciate enough? Scaffolding. It's super cheap to make, all the items to craft it are farmable, you can build up with it, then use it as a ladder up or down, or even MLG with it. You can build outward unlike any other block, and then destroy it all instantly with no cleanup. Now I don't really build anything, so I never use it, but I was wondering why I barely see other people use it. And it's probably because you can go get wings and fly around anywhere you want with no drawbacks. You know, maybe the speed of climbing scaffolding should be What's the most randomest thing in Minecraft? Is randomest even a word? Dang, bro is out of ideas. You might think it's that there's islands made of mushrooms in the middle of the ocean that have a bunch of mushroom cows, or that these green things will walk up to you and explode themselves, but they're not even close. Because literally, what is score? Whenever you die, the game gives you a score based on how much experience you gained through that life. But like, why? No one cares about how much score they got. I've never seen anyone talk about it, but they still show it in Minecraft's most iconic screen. Scrapped camman18 video ideas. I have a small list to write down ideas, but sometimes there's an idea that sits there for like 3 months, and I never do it because it's a stupid idea. Chicken or duck. Back in the day, we didn't know if this was a chicken or duck, and then they added raw chickens, so now I'm pretty sure I know. Minecraft board game. There's some official Minecraft board games. Does anyone actually have these? Knockback stick. Wouldn't it be cool if you could enchant a stick with like knockback 5? Who would oppose to that? It'd be so cool. 43. I literally have no idea why I wrote this. Beg for subscribers. Please guys, please, 10 mil in my life will be complete. This is all I want, please. A lot of people don't know that the underside of barrels is almost the exact same as spruce, meaning if you know what you're doing, you can hide loot in plain sight. Like in taiga villages where there's these spruce troughs and you can replace the bottom with barrels and no one would ever notice. You can also do this in certain houses under beds or chests in both spruce and snowy villages. But my favorite is in swamp huts, where if you find one built into the ground, you can put one under the cauldron and hide all your goodies. But wait, what if they watch this video? You should probably subscribe. Gold's tools are super underrated. They do break after like 30 blocks, but they mine faster than any tools in the game, including netherite, meaning it can do some cool stuff, like the basalts and terracotta variants. With efficiency 5 netherite, these all take 2 ticks to break, but with efficiency 5 gold, they break instantly. But who really cares about these blocks, let's be honest? What's really cool is the unenchanted gold axe and pickaxe. These are the only tools that can insta-break ladders and netherrack, making for great early game traps. You know what's super annoying? So you know when you're itching to scroll through a Minecraft wiki article, say you see mycelium, go to type it into Google, and what is that? Literally, what is that? Who is searching for this? And you'll never believe the next one. Furnace. What is that? Tell me who's Googling furnace. British people? What even is a furnace? Wait, what about minecart? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Screw you, regular Wikipedia. We have motion. The motion is pretty slow. Like 50 years ago, I made a video about the half bed and how it was a rare thing. Well, since then, everyone makes sure to let me know when they find one. But there's actually something similar that's much rarer. The half door. From posts I can find, these are like 5 times rarer than half beds, usually spawning because a savanna farm interrupts a house, or very rarely clashes in spruce villages. Now, they don't really do anything, and you can barely tell it's not just a trapdoor, but if you do find one, it's super rare. There's a new Minecraft April Fool's snapshot, and it's crazy. It's probably the best one ever. Upon joining, everything looks normal until you find a ruined portal or village. You'll see this pedestal, and by putting a poisonous potato on it, a portal will spawn, bringing you to the poisonous potato dimension. Yes, this whole update is based around the poisonous potato. Everything is potato. Potato blocks, potato villages, potato armor, potato mobs, and the dimension doesn't skimp out. It has a ton of new custom potato biomes, new potato structures, and even a new potato boss. And oh yeah, it's all floating over the void. We even got this new potato tree, giving us our first true green wood type. And there's so much more. A potato grappling hook, this floatator, which makes these moving platform flying machines. Like, look how smooth this is. It's pretty much a full custom mod in a snapshot, and the rare time I can't show everything in 60 seconds, so if you have Java, I definitely recommend playing it. Or not, because I'm about to milk this for a week. Throughout Minecraft history, we've seen things teased in an April Fool's snapshot that end up making the real game, whether it's coal blocks, dyed glass, new textures, or the chiseled bookshelf. And in yesterday's snapshot, there's a lot people want added. Most notably, the floatator, which when powered by redstone creates a floating platform that's super smooth and easy to walk on. It is cool, but it seems a bit too high-tech for Minecraft, and slime block flying machines can do similar stuff while fitting much better. Then you have the lashing potato, which is essentially a grappling hook. Now, I think this would be too OP for movement, but if you made something like this, maybe a crossbow attached to a string and arrow that only had like 3 durability, it would be pretty fun and balanced. But what I think is the most likely to be added is the dent, dropped from this Elder Guardian-like mob, and 3 of them are used to craft a trident, which seems kind of out of place in a potato update. On the same day they dropped the April Fool's potato update, they also dropped an add-on in Bedrock Edition, which is a lot less cool, but it does have one thing, the poisonous potato minecart. This thing can move around off rails in all directions, almost like a car in Minecraft. And you might have noticed, it goes way faster than a regular minecart. They made minecarts faster. Now technically this wasn't developed by Mojang, they just hired some people to make it, but if you go on the Minecraft Twitter account, there's nothing. But if you go on the Minecraft Spanish Twitter account, they're posting about the potato minecart. This is Mega Spud, the strongest mob in Minecraft history. In the April Fool's snapshot, which added a potato dimension, they added a way to beat the dimension by killing Mega Spud. First you have to craft a poisonous potato into potato eyes, which will lead you to the Colosseum structure, which kind of looks like a treasure bastion, where you'll find Mega Spud. He has 10 phases, where he spawns mobs that you have to kill before attacking him. It starts with 1 chicken, but works its way up to 7 piglin brutes, 8 ghasts, and then 10 giants. If you hit it before killing these mobs, all the damage goes to you, and oh yeah, he spams fireballs at you the whole time. It's genuinely super difficult, unlike any other challenge in Minecraft, so I'm gonna try to beat him live tonight on Twitch. Okay, one more video on it, because I just discovered the true troll of the Minecraft April Fool's snapshot. A week before its release, I uploaded a video talking about how the fletching table has no function, unlike the other workstations, even though Mojang promised it in the future update. Well, apparently, this is the future update, because they added a use. Now, maybe they've been working on it for months, but I like to think they saw my video, then added it. Clicking on it makes its title box thing expand, reading a sentence of words and some non-words. Now, it looks like there's a slot for feathers, colors and something to get money? I have no idea what it does, but it definitely does something. Frostwalker is one of the coolest enchantments in Minecraft, but almost no one uses it. This is because it's incompatible with Depth Strider, a useful enchantment for moving underwater, but mainly because Frostwalker just sucks. You can't sprint jump with it, and sprinting on ice is slower than just regular sprinting, making it significantly slower than just a boat, so why would you ever use it? I have two solutions. First, make it so you can sprint jump with Frostwalker. This would make it a bit faster than a boat with the downside of needing to eat. Second, make it so you can add Frostwalker to horse armor, letting you cross water on a horse. This would create a practical use to one of the only treasure enchantments in Minecraft. Amethyst is not really that useful, but there's a few things it makes, and if you want a lot of it, it's actually pretty hard to get. You always see geodes randomly in caves and walk past them, but when you actually need amethyst, they're super hard to find. Normally you just have to find a big cave and hope one spawns, but this can be dangerous and take forever. But there's one technique to find geodes quicker. Since they generate up to y=40, you can occasionally find them on the bottom of deep oceans. Now they're usually pretty hard to see, but they stick out more in warm oceans and completely with night vision. Welcome to... I click the random page button on Minecraft Wiki, and whatever I get, I have to make a video on. Alright. Oh god. So the glow squid won the 2020 mob vote, somehow. To be fair, in the introduction video it looked like it had a hypnosis effect, but it didn't. It's often criticized for not glowing that much, because while you can see it perfectly, nothing around it lights up. Besides looking pretty, I guess, the only real purpose is dropping glow ink sacs, which can make glow item frames and make signs glow. Now I actually think this is a decent use, and glow squids are a little overhated, because there's tons of mobs that do literally nothing, but compared to what we could have had, it's a bit disappointing. So 1.21 came and went, and Bedrock Edition didn't get hardcore mode, so what happened? Well, I always thought Bedrock didn't have hardcore because little kids would cry after losing their worlds. Bro's roasting his own viewers. But then hardcore mode randomly showed up in previews, and we all thought it was coming to Bedrock. But then I started seeing a bunch of clips floating around Twitter of Bedrock Edition, and just watch. Alright, they're building a nice cherry leaf thing, and oh. Now I've seen a ton of these so-called Bedrock moments, and I'm not really sure how common they are since I don't play a ton of Bedrock, but the problem is, if something like this happens one time in hardcore mode, it's just game over. Alright, it's time. Oh nah, Bed Wars in the Big 24. Alright, if you don't know, we gotta protect our bed, and if it gets destroyed, we can't respawn. Don't think I've played this in 2 years. Oh, I can still speed bridge like a oh. Wait, is this guy hacking? What is... Oh, that's awesome. Okay, well, this guy's already hacking. Please don't destroy my bed. Okay, well, stop it! Stop! Why did you do that? Oh my god, wait, he sucks! Wait, okay, we need to go kill Yellow. He's garbage. He's hacking and he sucks! Oh my god, someone else killed Yellow bed. Wait, White's right here. Wait, little cheeky kill? Little cheeky kill? Okay, nice. Oh my god, it's just me and him. He killed everyone. Alright, diamond sword. Oh my god, can I get sharpness? Oh my god, I see him, he's in the middle. Okay, wait, maybe I can just knock him off with a fireball? No, he's hacking, okay? Okay, I'm scared. Okay, just get in the back so he just has to pure PvP me. Okay, here we go. Die! Oh, he's full. Okay, well, that's awesome. What's the best food in Minecraft? The answer is actually kind of complex, because there's a lot of factors to weigh. The raw answer is obviously the enchanted golden apple, but these are kind of hard to get. In terms of food restored, it's suspicious stew made with a blue orchid or dandelion, which is easily obtained by creating a brown mushroom and feeding it a flour before milking it, or souping it. This gives a whopping 6.5 hunger, but has the big downside of not being stackable. This leaves us with the best foods, cooked pork chop and steak, and golden carrots. They're pretty much the same. The meats will give more raw hunger points, but carrots give more saturation, meaning you can go longer without eating, so most people go with these. The mob spawner is one of the most important blocks in Minecraft, but only if you know how to trap it. First you gotta find one of these, and it's pretty much just completely random. Just try to find big caves. Once you see one, put a torch on it, and if it's a spider spawner, cry. If not, clear a box with 2 blocks from the spawner to the roof and floor, and 4 blocks to each of the walls. Then place water all along one side looking like this, and dig down a block in the last row. By placing a final water in the corner, all the mobs will filter to one spot, meaning you can dig down and make a spot to kill them easily. But even better, you can raise them with a bubble elevator and drop them 23 blocks to half a heart to just punch them. To do this, break these exact blocks at the end, place any type of wall, then signs and a soul sand like this. Now place water at the top of the elevator and then place and break kelp to create bubbles. Then replace the torch with a slab and get infinite XP. I find a lot of cool world generation, but it's usually like hundreds of thousands of blocks from spawn, so I'm not really helping anyone. So here's a few seeds with cool stuff at spawn. This seed spawns you next to a giant cliff with a lush cave inside and huge jagged peaks in the back. This seed spawns you above the clouds, surrounded by stony peaks going to world generation height, and it goes on forever. There's so much iron here. This seed spawns you next to this super weird but cool structure with a waterfall. It kind of looks like beta world generation. This seed spawns you next to a similar structure, but even more giant and snowy. Just look at this. Finally, this seed, where you need to walk a bit into the plains and see this picture-perfect mountain range with waterfalls and trees, and it just seems like the perfect place for a house. The Ender Pearl stasis chamber just got even better. So by making a bubble column and a loaded chunk and using a daylight sensor and trap door, you can throw in an Ender Pearl and it'll float. Now you can run off in any direction and don't need to find your way back, because whenever the time of day is right, the trapdoor hits the pearl and teleports you back. But in the latest 1.21 pre-release, you can now pearl through dimensions. And one of the longest parts of Minecraft is finding a nether fortress, but now you can run 1,000 blocks into the nether and instantly be back in the overworld. Sometimes the most difficult things are the most important to say, so it's time I admit I like birch. Now don't get me wrong, birch logs are still incredibly ugly, and so are birch planks, fences, boats, buttons, pressure plates. The trapdoors are good at hiding things, but still hideous. But I took an oath to be honest about my Minecraft opinions, and it's with a heavy heart I say, strict birchwood goes hard. Now in my defense, I do appreciate how it hides the regular birch log texture, but I can't lie, using this in a checkered floor or texturing for your house is a nice touch. This house is the biggest flex in Minecraft, but only losers will know why. Nothing here is rare, except the plants outside. Tall grass feels common, but only drops seeds sometimes when broken, and if you use shears, just gives you 2 short grass. This means the only way to get it is in specific Savannah Village house chests at a 45% chance to get 1. And the large fern is even rarer. Shearing it gives you 2 regular ferns, and it's only in specific taiga house chests, but at an 18% chance for 1. So getting multiple of these outside your house takes hours of searching. There's something in the trial chambers that makes Minecraft 1.21 unplayable. Now you might be thinking, then just don't go to the trial chambers, then the version's fine, right? No, this mistake even impacts the main menu. Do you see it? This is the corridors, the main room of the trial chambers. It looks normal at first, but this ladder goes from top to bottom, and this ladder on the other side is the same, but missing a bottom ladder. And it's even showing in the menu screen. I may have to quit Minecraft. Well, 1.21 is finally out, so time to talk about 1.22! Minecraft's next update needs to fundamentally change the game. Like, 1.21 gave us a ton of features, but outside of the crafter and new paintings, it's pretty much all locked behind the trial chambers, a decently rare structure that many players won't come across. Now it's great for what it is, but at the end of the day, it's kinda just a side quest. And the last few updates have been like this, a lot of rare biomes and underground structures, but nothing that changes the game at its core. 1.13 added swimming, and every version before it felt old. 1.16 overhauled the nether, then 1.15 looked super old. And 1.18 overhauled caves, making every old version feel prehistoric. But if you were to play 1.18 today, you'd be missing a few niche places to explore, but you probably wouldn't even notice you were in a version from 3 years ago.
At this point, Camman needs to find something he doesn't hate.
Skull. Apparently I'm a hater, so here are some things I like about Minecraft that go unappreciated. Coarse dirt. Have you ever wanted to add dirt to a build, but it just feels kind of lame? Well, now you have coarse dirt. It's dirt, but a little spicy. Next to the Ender Dragon death thing. I don't know what's going on, but it looks really cool and it's a nice touch. Deep slate coal and emerald ore. They're super rare and the textures are cool too. Finally, mushroom islands. They're just rare enough to be cool every time you find one, and quirky and silly, but not too overboard. There's a completely pointless item that will become one of the best in 1.21. This is because the mace will exist, one-shotting any player in any armor from like 15 blocks. And you could use potions of turtle mash to defend it, but that doesn't really get you anywhere. And there's another potion to completely counter the mace, slow falling. When you have slow falling, you can't smash attack with the mace, so you just have to give it to your opponent. Now, you you might be thinking it's hard to splash someone 20 blocks above you, and that's why the arrow of slow falling will be one of the best items in Minecraft. Beacons might be the weirdest feature in Minecraft, but are really useful, and a lot of people have no idea how they work. Upon placing, it does nothing, but by placing 9 of any of these blocks, except why would you use anything but iron, the beacon activates and you can open it and choose speed or haste, and deposit one of these ores to activate it for some reason. The bigger you make the pyramid, the longer the effect radius is, and the more effects you unlock. And at the max level, you can select 2 effects or an amplified effect, and you can use stained glass to change the color of the beam. They're cool, but also really need an update. What is this? Remember when you were like 6 and tried to break bedrock with a pickaxe? Of course you do. It was like 2 months ago. Well, you actually can break bedrock if you do this. All you need is 2 obsidian, 2 pistons, 2 TNT, a trapdoor, and a lever. Place the piston sideways on top of the bedrock you want to break. Then place 2 obsidian here, 2 TNT here, a lever here, and the trapdoor right here. Now you want to flip the lever, go under the trapdoor, and spam right-click the piston right here until the TNT explodes. But this can be really hard to time, so by changing your place block keybind to a keyboard key, you can hold it and every time break a piece of bedrock. I actually just found the rarest item ever. So when horses were first added, for 2 snapshots, instead of being ridden with a saddle, you used the horse saddle, crafted like this. But it's not that rare, besides being in the game for a week, and you can just go back in the launcher, right? Well, upon launching these versions, your game will crash. I was doing a whole different video on this and couldn't open the version. No matter what I did, this item was unreachable. But I kept researching and found this bug report describing the crash, fixed by going into your Minecraft folder and options file and capitalizing 2 letters. Only then can you launch the game and get the horse saddle. Dig around it. The most simple but most effective tip in Minecraft, yet so many people don't do it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, when you're mining diamonds or really any ore, you might think the vein is over, but there's really more ore hidden by diagonal connections, only visible by digging around it. This can be by edges or corners and always be found if you make your diamonds completely floating before mining them. But this can take a while, so a pro tip for mining single diamonds is mining 1 beneath it and 1 in each direction, which will always hit the corners. The Enderman farm is the best XP farm in Minecraft. Here's how to make it. So the hardest part is getting to the end and beating the Ender Dragon, but the rest is easy. The idea is to go 130 blocks into the end void and make it so no Enderman can spawn by doing stuff like building with leaves, making 2-block high ceilings, and double carpeting surfaces. Build a platform and then a 3x3 area with hoppers and carpets where they'll fall. Then make rings every 2 blocks above the fall pad looking like this. Go 43 blocks up with the rings and then make a giant platform going 13 blocks from the center in every direction. Then put trapdoors in the hole like this, and 3 blocks up from the center place a chain with a carpet on top. Above this carpet you need to throw pearls until you spawn an endermite, then name tag it, put it in a minecart, and drop it on the carpet. And just like that, you have pretty much infinite XP. It's time for Minecraft mobs everyone forgot about. First is the ocelot. You can't tame them anymore, and they drop nothing, so they're literally pointless and spawn in 1 rare biome. Next is the endermite, spawned rarely when throwing an ender pearl, and also dropping nothing, but it is really useful in enderman farms. Then there's the strider, which is actually a pretty cool mob with a unique use. I just never think about it and don't see anyone use it. Finally, there's the frog, which is bad because they were just added, and the frog lights are cool, but
I'm gonna
pretty
try
hard
and
to
make
get for a couple of
a
blocks.
lectern.
Oh my god, I
thing
just
whatever.
realized the tadpole exists. The other day I was in a Minecraft server and someone in chat said, "What's a Minecraft parody?" A tear slowly rolled down my face. What has this generation become? Let me educate you. Way back in the early days of Minecraft, people would make song parodies with the lyrics adjusted to Minecraft, taking off with TNT by Captain Sparkles, a dynamite parody. In the following years, we got Revenge, Fallen Kingdom, I Can Swing My Sword, Don't Mine at Night, so many classics. But eventually, people just stopped making them, and Minecraft parodies are a thing of the past. Subscribe and I'll make a Minecraft parody, maybe. I just found the best way to flex in Minecraft, and I never knew about it. When armor trims were first added, you couldn't put a trim in the same material an armor was, but a week later, this was actually made possible, and I had no idea. Meaning you can put a netherite trim on full netherite armor and essentially be wearing 8 netherite ingots or half a stack of ancient debris on your body. It basically adds an even darker trim, which is subtle but looks cool, and when combined with the rarest trim in Minecraft, Silence, looks super epic and is the biggest possible flex with armor. Netherwort is one of Minecraft's few essential items, exclusively needed for brewing any potion, except weakness for some reason. But if you get unlucky, it can be very hard to find. Most people think you can always go to a nether fortress, find the room with netherwort, and bring some home to make a farm. But if you're unlucky, you know this room isn't guaranteed in a fortress, and you can also get some in chests, but that's not guaranteed either, and the next closest fortress can be thousands of blocks away. This actually happened to me in a survival world, and there's one other thing you can do. At the specific housing bastion, which is 1 in 4 bastions, a little bit of netherwort spawns in the middle. Have you ever spawned in a mushroom island? A lot of you probably have, but not lately. In fact, not in the last 3 years. You might have spawned next to one or near one, but you haven't spawned in one since 2021. This is because in 1.18, when they added the big caves and changed world generation, they also changed the world spawn and made it so you can't spawn in super challenging places like on top of mountains or in the middle of a deep ocean. But what's in the middle of deep oceans? The Mushroom Island. So you haven't been able to spawn there for 3 years, and it's pretty sad. I hope they bring it back. So Java Minecraft is slightly different than the console Bedrock version, and in most ways, it's just worse. Now there's a few things Bedrock Edition has, but they don't matter much, except one. If you showed a Java player this video, they'd ask what mod you downloaded, but this is Vanilla Bedrock Edition. When it snows on leaves, they get white. How did I not know this? It works with all leaves, almost, and just looks so good. Like, why does Java Edition not have this? There's so much aura. The most simple but effective tip in all of Minecraft is building 3 blocks up. By doing this, pretty much all melee mobs can attack you, meaning it's free kills. Now this may not work during a regular night since they're skeletons, but it works for a lot. Enderman, build 3 blocks up. Wither skeleton, build 3 blocks up. Piglin brute, 3 blocks up and place a lava bucket. But it's most useful for iron golems. Usually these are practically unkillable off spawn, but by building 3 blocks up, you're unkillable and get free iron with nothing. I'm sorry, big guy. The TNT cannon has been a Minecraft staple for over a decade, but with the new minecart update, it may be replaced. If a rail ends with a slope, a minecart will now jump off it, and this includes TNT minecarts, which will then explode on impact. Now with the current minecart speed, it's not much of a cannon, but Mojang said they're working on minecarts being viable late game to compete with Elytras, and there's still a lot coming with the minecart experiment, meaning if we see a way to increase minecart speed, TNT minecarts will become bombs. You aren't safe, villager, get out of here. The turtle shell helmet is very pointless, but it's almost really cool. It's useful in brewing, making the potion of Turtle Master, but there's almost no reason to wear it. It gives the same armor as a golden to iron helmet, but has the upside of giving water breathing. The problem is, it's only 10 seconds of water breathing. That's less than Respiration 1. This would be fine if it was easy to get, but it requires a ton of work when you can just mine 5 diamonds, get a basic enchant, and have something better. I feel like if the Respiration was infinite and they spawned rarely in ocean ruins, we'd see some people actually using them. Minecraft has a big problem, and we're seeing it come out in 1.21. And it all comes from protection. See, when Minecraft adds new stuff, it's sometimes overpowered, but once you add something, people get used to it, and even if it's too OP, they're gonna get mad if you nerf it. So Minecraft pretty much never removes something or even makes it worse at all. But Protection 4 is really strong. With a full set and food, you're just about unkillable, with a Sharpness 5 netherite sword doing half a heart. So if something's overpowered, but you're scared to nerf it, what do? Make everything overpowered. What's the rarest Minecraft account? Well, technically there's only one of every Minecraft account, so they're all equally rare. Shut up, shut up. There's a few things in Minecraft that makes an account valuable. How popular it is, like being a famous YouTuber. What capes it has, like early Minecon capes, or even some capes that only one account has. And its username, with old glitched names that can be one character being the most valuable. But the most valuable account is Notch, having a rare cape and iconic username, and even dropping an apple upon death in older versions. But most importantly, the only account money can't buy, because I don't think he needs it. So like most people, I read about an hour of the Minecraft wiki every day, and you might notice on pages of natural blocks, there's this graph. It surveys 100,000 blocks on a given layer and shows how many of a certain block there are. So for copper ore, it peaks at layer 44, and lily pads just have a spike at 63 since they can only spawn on sea level. Or so I thought. By looking at the logarithmic scale, you can see a couple more lily pads can spawn, but at a rate of 1 in 10 million! And you probably wouldn't even notice, but if you walk past a lily pad that isn't on the sea level of Y63, it's one of the rarest things in Minecraft. One of the funniest things about Minecraft is in the middle of the ancient cities, but it's not what you think. The most complicated feature in Minecraft is probably redstone. I've been playing my whole life and still don't know how to use it. But on top of being complicated, since there's no tutorial, there's nothing in the game to tell the player how redstone works, at least until 2022. When the ancient city was added, for some reason in the center of the structure is a redstone demonstration room. So if you want the only in-game explanation for most redstone blocks, you need to conquer the hardest structure in the game. Over 10 years ago, these 4 paintings were added to the Pocket Edition game files and updated a year later, but never used. Then 2 years ago, they were randomly added to Java Edition with no explanation, only accessible through commands, and we had no idea why. And we still don't, but with 1.21, theories are floating around. Since we got the breeze rod, it kind of feels like Minecraft is filling out the 4 elements: earth, fire, water, and wind. Now this seems a little far-fetched, but these were literally added to Java for no reason with no explanation. So I've always said the rarest structure in Minecraft was obviously the woodland mansion, but I actually don't think that's true at all. While the mansion will spawn the furthest away, all you have to do is trade for a woodland explorer map and you can go right to it. But if it's not the rarest, then what is? While trial chambers and ocean monuments are easily found like this, strongholds can easily be found with Eyes of Ender, and ancient cities are super abundant under any big mountain. The rarest structure in Minecraft is the Jungle Temple. There's no concrete way to find it besides looking around jungles, which are already pretty rare biomes, but also super hard to navigate and hard to see through. Minecraft just did something very controversial. So they released the preview that added the Pale Garden to Bedrock Edition. All good, but there's another very small change. Now if you're playing on peaceful or easy mode, you'll always keep inventory on death. What? I feel like a ton of people play on easy, and now their punishment for death is nothing? And you still get achievements with this because you aren't turning on cheats. Now, peaceful mode is one thing. It's already super easy, and losing all your stuff in lava kind of sucks if you're a noob, but I feel like it should still remove XP. There has to be something. This is the Killer Bunny, the strongest animal in Minecraft. Nowadays, you can only summon it with commands, but back in the day, it could spawn naturally. When they were first added, rabbits had a 1 in 2,500 chance of spawning with blood on its mouth and paws, called the Killer Rabbit. If you were unlucky enough to come across one in survival, it would run at you doing 6 hearts of damage, and most players didn't even know about it. But since this was pretty much a random death event, Jeb removed it from survival after a few snapshots, making it a creative exclusive, where it sits to this day. Lapis Lazuli. The first time you found it, you might have thought it was diamonds, only to quickly realize it did literally nothing. Or maybe you started playing after 1.8 where Lapis finally got a use in enchanting. The problem is, Lapis drops a lot, especially with Fortune, so after a few veins, you really don't need any more. And sure, it makes blue dye, but there's flowers for that now, leading many people to ask for it to get a use. And while I think that could be cool, I think having one ore that's mainly decorative is fine, as long as it's not super common. But the old texture was way better, come on now. Alright, I was too nice to Minecraft yesterday. You know what pisses me off? If you're on Java Edition and find a shipwreck and excitingly open this chest, your entire game could freeze and crash. And it happens so much, and it's been a thing for years. This is the buried treasure map chest. It runs a command to find the closest buried treasure and generate a map, but if there's not one close, it just freezes your game. So I just found out in the latest snapshots, this is finally fixed. So, sorry, Mojang. again. Let me tell you about my favorite hiding spot in all of Minecraft, a life-changing discovery. In desert villages, you may have seen this house with 2 rooms, one with a cartography table inside and the other with nothing but a staircase out the back. But what if I told you there was a 3rd room, so secret I've never seen anyone talk about it? Because beneath the 2nd room, it's hollow. But not just hollow, there's a torch down here, meaning they left it hollow on purpose and put a torch so mobs don't spawn. Now you might think it's pointless, but if you're running away from someone, you can ender pearl phase through this wall and they'll have no idea where you went. Unless they saw this video. There's an amazing lost Minecraft feature, and I'm the only one that remembers it. When caves were first being updated for caves and cliffs, there were a few testing stages, one of these adding crack carvers. They're essentially skinny ravines that go all the way down to deep slate, which is something I suggested months ago before I knew these existed. They were useful for finding caves quickly with the sacrifice of being super dangerous, but were removed in a few weeks because you could kinda just fall to your death really easily, but I like them. Subscribe if you love crack carvers. If you ever went to a Minecon, you might have been put in a cringe compilation, but also got a cape account. These capes were incredibly rare. Out of the millions of Minecraft accounts, only a few thousand had them. And there are even rarer capes for various contributions to the game. But then we got the Migrator cape, owned by millions, and the Vanilla and Cherry Blossom cape that hundreds of thousands have, meaning capes are kinda less cool. But with Minecraft's 15-year anniversary coming up, this Twitter leaker says we're gonna get this Creeper cape, and who knows, maybe it'll be rare in 10 years. The most underrated tip in all of Minecraft—
oh my gosh, that's powerful. Holy crap.
If you're ever in the Nether and your pickaxe breaks, you can get
okay, that's actually really cool.
Pickaxe, but you can't get cobble for a stone one.
TNT cannons are cool as hell.
You can actually use the black stone from basalt deltas for making all the stone tools, furnaces, and brewing stands. You can't do it for the redstone blocks, but it's still super helpful. You can also do this with deep slate if you're deep underground.
Okay.
Or you can mix and match stone
That's actually
types
really
if you
cool.
wanted to for some reason.
Let's see, what if I don't
the
jump?
Funniest way to kill your friend in Minecraft. First, find a mountain, hill, or cliff that has a bunch of water below it. Second, make sure you're wearing low or no armor. Then tell your friend to follow you and that it's really important.
That's actually really
eager to hear what's going on, and then start acting stupid and punching them. Eventually, they'll start hitting you back and then jump off of the cliff to escape, and they'll probably jump off to follow you. But little do they know, you have a boat in your hotbar, and place it and get inside before they land on it and die. With the ability to sprint crawl being removed in 1.21.4, there's a secret mining technique that's become more useful than ever: bucket mining. If you don't know, crawl mining is more efficient than normal strip mining, uncovering 4 side blocks per block mined as opposed to 3. And with sprint crawling removed, it's still better, but with a maxed out netherite pickaxe, you actually mine deep slate faster than you crawl, meaning with more speed, you could mine faster. This is where the bucket comes in. By placing a bucket behind you and picking it back up, the water pushes you forward, and mastering this technique is the key to the most efficient strip mining. What's the best banner in Minecraft? How can a banner be the best? You might think I'm gonna say the Thing banner pattern, since I called it the rarest like 30 years ago, being made with enchanted golden apples. But these days, god apples aren't even that rare, so I feel like the Flow, Guster, and Creeper banner patterns are just flat out rarer, but they're still not the best. Because with a base magenta banner, if you do a black border, then a magenta top half, and orange top third, you get the best banner in Minecraft. I just thought of the easiest Minecraft trap that I can't believe I never thought of. Look at this room. Do you notice anything suspicious? If you've played Minecraft at all, you're probably running to slam your head through this painting to find the secret room. But what if we use this to our advantage? One of the only times someone is willingly going somewhere they can't see. Just put a giant hole here with a hopper, log off the server, and chances are you'll return with some free loot if someone's been snooping around your house. Speaking of Minecraft, I'm super close to 9 million subscribers. Do you ever accidentally drop an item and then your friend runs up and he somehow picks it up when you're both standing on it? Most people think this is luck or ping related or distance related, but it's none of these, and there's actually a way to get it every time. When you drop an item, there's a couple seconds before you can pick it up. If there's multiple people trying to pick it up, it goes to the person that's been connected to a world the longest. Meaning if you were the first to get on or get your friend to disconnect and reconnect, you always have pickup priority over them. Subscribe for more Minecraft tips, and because I'm about to hit 10 million. There's a lot of pointless things in Minecraft. Like, most of the game could be
trying to
called
get my
pointless,
brother
but a lot
to
of people
watch
think
this.
just because something's
It's
pointless
funny.
means it's bad, and I don't think that's true. Like the desert well. Okay, I know it has some sussy sand now, but for like 10 years it was completely pointless, and people memed about it, but I think it was a pretty cool
I'm
thing
gonna
to
be
find in the
back,
middle of
guys.
an empty
Hold on.
desert. Another amazing pointless addition is the pink sheep. I might be biased because I like rare stuff, but it doesn't do anything, and it's awesome to find. You could also call all of Lush Caves pointless when it's one of the coolest places in the game. Like, don't let people say just because something's pointless it means it's bad. The Potion of Luck has been sitting in the creative inventory doing nothing for years, but I think that might change. It was added in 1.9 with more in mind, but after being scrapped was just left in the game for custom maps, its only function being raising fishing odds. But when they redid the creative menu, they removed some unused items, but left the luck potions, meaning it's likely they're still thinking about them. And while chests have used the same loot system forever, the vault has a lot of super rare items, and I think they may be lining up more features for a future Potion of Luck. There's a hidden feature from wind charges that no one talks about. If you haven't played Minecraft lately, you get wind charges by killing some breezes in trial chambers, but you can get a lot really quickly, and throwing them blows around mobs and yourself, meaning you can do some pretty cool jumps. But what you can also do is flick things. Anything you interact with using your hand, a wind charge activates on impact, making them really unique. But the best part, they can do this through walls, meaning you can activate a secret button on the other side of a wall. Warning, this tip is unethical. Do not share it with your friends, but I need content, so. Have you ever wanted a beacon? But Camman, I'm terrible at the game.
Connor, watch this. I'm gonna fly.
You're in luck. That didn't. All you have to do is beat the Ender Dragon, break a 5x5x3 cube underneath the end fountain, then place 5 obsidian in a T shape like this, and 4
See,
soul soil on top.
I literally
The
just
most
made
important
this,
part,
and it actually
click that
works.
subscribe button, and then place the skull
Also,
here
that's
and
it.
make a
You can
run
go
for it.
now.
This will summon the wither suffocating in bedrock, and it'll die on its own, or you could stab it until it dies, because it can't. The most important enchantment is Fortune 3, multiplying drops from all ores, but most people don't know the best way to get it. You can just enchant level 30 pickaxes, but you only have a 20% chance, so it would waste a lot of diamonds and levels. Another way is checking the primary enchantment and enchanting books until it says Fortune 3, but this could also take forever and burns through levels. But by finding and trapping a villager and destroying its workstation, you can give it a lectern, making it a librarian. Most of the time, a librarian's first trade is a random enchanted book, and this can just be reset by replacing the lantern, meaning with just a few minutes of resetting, you'll eventually get fortune. This could also take a while, but once you get it once, you have fortune forever on every tool, even if you lose them. So in the minecart improvements experiment, minecarts aren't faster by default, but Mojang said they're still expanding on this update and want minecarts to compete with the Elytra, which it currently isn't close to at all. So if Mojang's gonna make minecarts faster, there's 3 ways they could do it. First, just a plain speed increase. I think this would be fine, something like 30 blocks per second to compete with the Elytra and still be slower than ice boats, but I kind of doubt Mojang does something this simple. Second, they could add a faster variant like copper rails or a diamond minecart. Finally, they could expand upon the furnace minecart, which currently is useless.
That was
just
funny.
uses minecarts very slowly. The illusioner may
I'm
finally
gonna do it
be
again.
added to Minecraft. If you don't know, 7 years ago, when we were getting all these new evil villagers, Mojang added the illusioner, but only spawnable through commands. It gives you blindness while making fake clones of itself and shooting you. It's honestly super cool, but was never put in the full game despite receiving updates throughout the years. But today,
Yo, what's
Minecraft
good,
uploaded
new
this video
person?
talking about illagers, and Jeb says,
Sorry if my mic quality is terrible. I'm on a laptop right now because I don't have my desktop nor a good mic. I'm just I'm just messing around with TNT cannons.
But one feature is the weirdest. It's not something super random like being able to place a pumpkin on snow and make a walking snowman monster. Or
I also have an
anything like that.
XOR
It's
gate
weird
and
because
a
I
flying
have no
machine.
idea why it exists. So a zombie villager can be cured with a weakness potion and golden apple and takes 3 to 5 minutes. Makes enough sense. But for some reason, placing iron bars around a villager being cured speeds it up by like 4% and no one knows why.
Explode the
TNT. So
TNT.
igloo villagers cure faster, but this was a thing 3 years before igloos were added, and it works with beds too, so it's intentional. It just makes no sense. So there's something really weird about dried kelp. It's only obtained by smelting kelp and only used to craft dried kelp blocks.
I'm just gonna
and to eat.
I'm gonna explode a TNT upwards.
And you need to smelt to get
Hold on,
it. So
I
why
need
would
to
anyone
find
ever do
stupid
that? Well,
block.
for some reason, dried kelp is the only item in Minecraft history to eat faster than every other food. It eats at double the speed and no one knows why. Also, in PS4 edition, you can get an achievement for eating nothing but dried kelp for 3 in-game days. So there's that. You can make a super quick secret base with just a drip leaf. But first you need a lush cave, preferably one with decent surface exposure because you want to be able to get there quickly. Then you need to find a secluded drip leaf with blocks
that just
it.
didn't
Because
work
a drip
as well
leaf
as
will
I
fall
hoped.
when you stand on it, you can stand on one in water and it'll make you swim. So by breaking blocks
Just gonna go
behind
back
you
to
can make a full
exploding
secret
myself.
base that you can swim to that's super hard to
Actually,
find from
wait,
the
this might
outside
work
and can be accessed by standing on one block. Wait a second. How do I get out of here? Emeralds are needed for trading with villagers, getting unique items you can't get anywhere else. But what's the best way to get them? Mining for emeralds is pretty pointless because they only spawn in mountain biomes and usually just a vein of one. Now, luckily we can trade for emeralds, but there's a lot of trades to go through and your options depend on your laziness level. The most lazy option, and what I do, is just make a Fletcher villager with a stick trade. Go to a dark forest and start chopping because every 4 wood is 1 emerald. If you're only slightly lazy, you can make automatic pumpkin and melon farms, which even I can understand, and get a bunch of emeralds, but you need a leveled up farmer. If you're really a sweat, you can spend a few hours making a giant raid farm for infinite emeralds, but I'll stick with chopping trees. I made an Ender Dragon tutorial a while back, but I didn't truly realize how
I'm gonna try and make a TNT dude,
some players
but
are. So here's the 100%
not
foolproof,
good
you
at
can't
making
possibly
stuff,
die
so
Ender Dragon guy.
I'm going
There's
to
4 ways
use
die in the end fight, and we'll
Google
cover all of them. First to
TNT
Enderman, but by wearing a
duper.
pumpkin on your head, they won't attack you. You could just not look at them, but you suck.
I literally
Second,
just need to
fall
see-
damage, which can be foolproofed with slow falling potions from phantom membranes. Third, getting hit by the dragon. It doesn't hit you much, so you just need some armor. Obviously, the stronger the better. And finally, to dragon spray,
So, it
which
should
armor
be
won't
like-
save you from, but all you have to do is build 1 block up. It's not that hard.
Sticky
Now just get a
piston,
bow or crossbow and shoot
slime.
all the crystals and then the dragon, and then subscribe.
one of
That's mandatory.
these.
There's a bunch of blocks in Minecraft that
Oh,
used to be super rare, but are now
fan is
common,
that?
like mossy cobblestone.
dead
Originally
fan of
only
some
found around
sort.
mob spawners, so we're very limited.
Pretty sure
but now
it's a
they're
fire
everywhere in
coral.
Megataigas and even craftable. The chisel
And,
stone bricks were the rarest block in Minecraft at one
I
point,
use,
only spawning in jungle temples and only 3,
I'll
but
just
now
use
craftable.
blackstone.
Also,
That's
melons
a
used to be
polished
kind of rare,
blackstone.
only spawning in mineshaft and minecart chests as seeds, but now you can just go to a jungle. Finally, packed ice. There used to be no crafting recipe for it, and there weren't icebergs yet, meaning you needed silk touch and the rare ice spikes biome. Do you ever only have 1 bucket but need to make an infinite water source? Well, luckily you can with bone meal. You can get like infinite bone meal from mining nether fossils, but if you're not carrying any, you can just kill a skeleton because you only need 1. All you have to do is mine 2 blocks down, place water on the top block, and bone meal the bottom. This
So it
grows
looks like it's like-
seagrass, creating a second water source block and works on any block. Then just place both waters diagonally and you have infinite water. Wait, so if Steve can carry 2 water buckets, most people don't know about ore veins. Back in my day, when we said vein, it just meant how many diamonds were in a blob, but now it's an actual structure. It comes in 2 forms, iron and copper, and no one cares about copper, but iron's really useful. If you're ever in the deep slate layers and see some iron surrounded by tuff, you found an ore vein. Keep mining the tuff and iron will keep popping up, and even raw iron blocks converting to 9 iron. Now they are pretty rare, but 1 vein could have over 2,000 iron, so keep an eye out. Here's a cool little Minecraft tip. There's a lot of
And then
items in
I just
Minecraft, and
need-
chests haven't
I'm
gotten
pretty pretty sure I need a lever or some sort of like repeating thing. I'm just gonna use a lever, and I'm pretty sure I need a minecart.
It only costs one level to rename a chest, where upon opening it, it'll say the name inside, and these can be pretty long and even go outside the window. And this also works for pretty much everything you can open, except for a couple I think they forgot. I don't know why you would ever want to rename an enchanting table, but by dividing into sections, you can do some cool organizing with this.
Okay, never mind. I don't know how to make a TNT do
this. This is because back in the day when everyone used Optifine, there was this setting for better grass, so people turned it on because it's better, but who decided this was better? So people got used to it and still use it today. But it's so ugly. A hill is supposed to look like this, not this. It looks like moss. There's a reason the Minecraft logo is this and not this. If I ever see this grass in a video, I will be clicking off. Except not for this video. For this one, I'll subscribe. Netherite is the best ore in Minecraft and pretty easy to get if you know how. You're gonna want shears because you need a lot of wool for beds. Since beds explode in the nether, it's pretty much just cheap TNT. Now, ancient debris spawns most commonly at y = 16, so that's where you're going to want to place your bed. All Minecraft explosions mainly damage your legs, so if you stand back a few blocks and cover your legs, you can explode the bed and barely do any damage. You want to do this continuously at y = 16 in any biome that's not the Basalt Delta or Soul Sand Valley, and make sure to look out for lava. Deep Slay Emerald ore is the rarest block in Minecraft, and it's much harder to get than people think. First of all, emeralds only spawn in mountain biomes, which are already decently rare and small, but they also spawn more as you go up, so while a mountain peak might have a ton of emeralds, near the deep slate layer there's almost none. But it gets even worse with cave biomes. Since emerald only spawns in mountain biomes,
I'm being a
cave,
little
dripstone
dingus,
cave, or
and I
deep
can't
dark biome prevents emeralds from spawning entirely, and almost all mountains have deep dark below them. Technically the best biome to avoid these cave biomes is the windswept gravelly hills, but these are super rare and super tiny. I would recommend finding a low elevation cherry grove or meadow and digging down to y = -2. Then use a trapdoor to start crawling, and do a quick prayer to Notch, and start digging for hours, and make sure you have silk touch. What if I told you that magenta wool was the rarest block in Minecraft? Nah, I'm just kidding, but you know what's cool? The windswept savanna. No other biome generates like this. Giant 100-block cliffs, waterfalls, lava falls, they have it all. Mountain biomes can generate this high, but it's sloped. This can just shoot up through the clouds. It's one of the coolest areas for a base. The only downside is the ugly trees, and you can remove those, but you still get that puke green grass, so occasionally taigas can generate like this. It's super rare though. You know what the stupidest potion effect is? Jump boost. The default Minecraft jump height is 1.25 blocks, or a block and 3 layers of snow. Jump boost brings this to a whopping 1.8. You can jump over slabs now. And jump boost 2 brings this to 2.5 blocks, but a mythical crafted potion for barely higher jumps? I feel like you should be jumping on top of trees with jump boost 2. But not only do you get barely higher jumps, you're also slower. Sprint jumping is slower with jump boost, so you can't run away from anyone. It's so garbage. You remember Minecraft Manhunt? Pretty much someone chases you down to murder you, but there's actually one strategy to literally never die. You make one boat. Much like the minecart, the boat moves at 8 blocks a second, but in any direction with no rails, as long as you have water. So if you just run to an ocean and make a boat while the other player goes mining and boat for like an hour, they will literally never catch up to you. You also don't lose hunger and can loot shipwrecks for all the iron you need and probably get a couple diamonds for a weapon. It's so overpowered. A lot of people say my videos are pointless, so watch this. Have you ever been wandering through a snowy plains and really needed stone bricks? You find an igloo, but there's no basement, meaning no stone bricks. You find a village, but none of the houses are made of stone bricks. But luckily, you see meeting point 2, and remember this video, because by breaking under meeting point 2, there's one stone brick. I think this is here by accident, but if you ever need a stone brick in a pinch, just go to meeting point 2. Subscribe for more tips. Minecarts have a dark secret that almost no one knows about. Way back when they were first added, minecarts were different. You couldn't.
Oh, TNT dupe. Okay, I can make TNT dupes now.
Build up this dirt layer, and then you could transport it on a rail. But this this isn't the secret. For the first 6 days of its existence, the minecart had the ugliest item texture in Minecraft history. Nowadays we have this, but back in 2010, it looked like this. My eyes. I'm often asked the question, what's your favorite Minecraft block? And I don't really have a nice, quirky, unique answer yet, but now I might. This is my favorite block, and you might not even know what it is. You might notice how in
I'm
jungle
gonna
leaves there's these
create
little
a,
berries that are more prominent in mesas, while in Bedrock Edition,
whatever
leaves
it's
can
called.
get snowy, and jungle leaves look like this.
clock.
Since it never really snows in jungles, most people have never seen this, and it also has to be exposed to the snow, so you can do this. Pretty neat. Unless they make a
No, I have to go out one more
so
because
ever since full protection for
comparator.
netherite armor doesn't
Okay,
protect you from a
do
12-block
this.
mace jump, I've been
Nope,
searching of ways to
comparator.
counter the mace. Obviously,
Place
there's
comparator
the shield,
here.
but from above, it's pretty hard to
And I
block
can actually
any
just
shot,
go
so
down
that's
here.
ruled out. Then you have
Yoink.
the God Apple, which will help a little bit, but they're kinda hard to get. And I realized the mace
pretty
only has
sure.
one true counter, the Potion of Turtle Master. This gives you resistance 4 for 20 seconds, and for now is the only true counter to the mace. It's time for your yearly camman18 redstone tip, and this one's actually pretty helpful. You ever make a whole redstone circuit and then it doesn't work and you have to try everything and you have no idea why it doesn't work? Like, a lot of the time after a redstone build, people will cover the wiring but can accidentally cut off a vertical wire with a diagonal block. This can be
I'm gonna add a
prevented but
repeater
still
with, like,
covered by using slabs or any transparent block, including glass. And by placing glass like this, you can place redstone on each
I'm
side to
being
essentially
slightly
make a
dumb.
vertical wire. One of my favorite removed features is also one of the most forgotten, the void fog. If you don't know, before 1.8, when you got close to bedrock, a thick black fog would emerge, literally coming from the void. This made the void make way more sense, but was also just super cool. It really felt like you were down deep. And think of all the cool creations and things you could hide with a permanent 4-block fog down here. But it was removed a decade ago, and no one talks about it, so clearly most people don't care, and I don't think it'll ever return. Today I solve the biggest mystery in Minecraft. So in a few days we're getting wolf armor in Minecraft, but you know what's really weird? Horse armor. So there's gold, iron, and diamond horse armor, and leather horse armor that everyone forgets about. You know you can craft this? Anyways, what you definitely don't know, and Minecraft's biggest mystery, which horse armor is stronger, gold or iron? For regular armor and even tools, gold is much weaker than iron, but for horses only, gold's actually stronger. Look at the armor values. Gold is second best. With the Pale Garden and New Wood set, a lot of people are looking for the new biome, but it's actually pretty rare and can be hard to find if you don't know what you're doing. First of all, if you have an existing world, you have to go somewhere you've never been, because it can only generate in new chunks. It always spawns next to a dark forest, meaning you really just want to explore around these, but if you can't find one, they also usually spawn next to birch forests. It also spawns similarly to the Cherry Grove, where it's in the more hilly areas, so go to the highest elevations in here and pray to Jeb. And subscribe for good luck. If you're a builder and use a lot of concrete, you know you need a lot of dye, which can take a while to get if you're doing it wrong. All you need is a bunch of bone meal, which you can get like a million of by just finding a soul sand valley and mining some fossils. Most dyes originate from flowers, and while in Bedrock Edition you can just bone meal a flower to grow more, in Java you can duplicate 2 tall flowers and pink petals with some bone meal, but not regular flowers. All you have to do is find the flower you want, usually in a flower forest or meadow, break all of them, then bone meal in the same spot. Flowers always grow in predetermined areas, meaning once you find the spot, you just need some bone meal. The hopper minecart is one of the most useful items in Minecraft, but most people don't know why. Obviously, normal hoppers are good, transporting surface items to a chest or really anything, but what makes the hopper minecart different besides being a minecart? Well, first of all, this thing picks up items 8 times faster than a normal hopper, but the craziest part is that's not the best feature. Unlike normal hoppers, it can pick up items through blocks, meaning dozens of farms work by hopper minecarts running beneath them and getting all the items. They could be faster though. I actually can't believe it. So I recently uploaded a video going over the removed horse saddle and how it's in snapshots that are only available through changing the options file. Well, it turns out I made this video 2 years ago and completely forgot about it. I knew I talked about the horse
now we
saddle
can
before,
do
but I didn't remember the
easy.
glitch snapshot at all. all. I had to relearn how to fix it, even though I already
Okay,
learned
some
how to
just
fix
get
it.
shot
But the
off
craziest part is
slightly.
none of the top
It's
comments
fine.
remembered. I searched it and a few real ones actually mentioned it, and this guy in my Discord, so I guess some of you have a better memory than me. There's one rare mob that I've never talked about, the brown panda. It's about a 2% spawn, but since pandas are already a pretty rare mob, you never see these in the wild. Once you get one, you can breed for a bunch more and go for a truly rare occurrence. A baby brown panda has a 1 in 300 chance of sneezing every second, and for each sneeze, a 1 in 700 chance of dropping a slime ball. Meaning you would need to breed brown pandas and have 58 hours of baby pandas to see a baby
Alright,
brown
so this
panda sneeze a
stuff
slime
just
ball.
keeps
There's
getting
30
shot
unique
off.
items only
But
obtained through the brush and suspicious sand and gravel.
now
Here's
that
what they all
works.
are. In the cold ocean ruins, we just have the blade, explorer, mourner, and plenty pottery shards. But in warm ocean ruins, we have the angler, shelter, and snort pottery shards, but also the sniffer egg, giving us access to the torch flower and pitcher plant along with their seeds. In trail ruins, we have the burn, danger, friend, heart, heartbreak, howl, and sheath pottery shards, the host, razor, shaper, and wayfinder armor trim smithing templates, and the relic music disc. In desert wells, we just have the arms up and brewer pottery shards, and in desert temples, we have the archer, miner, prize, and skull pottery shards, but you can also get diamonds here as a bonus. So according to Minecraft's latest rarity update, these are the rarest items in Minecraft, having a magenta name. The problem is, they're not. Anyone who regularly indulges in short-form black mold knows the Deep Slate Emerald ore is the rarest block and item in Minecraft, and it's not that close. Despite this, it has the default common rarity, and I've seen a lot of people suggesting it gets up, but I'm not sure. I feel like Mojang probably knows that Deep Slate Emerald is rare and just don't care. It would look pretty weird being different from all the other ores, and I think rarity is more to symbolize game progression, so something like the sponge would be a better candidate. In my opinion, an advancement would be cool and make way more sense. With all the minecart update news, there's been some changes that have been swept under the rug in the latest snapshots, some changes to trial chambers to make them even more difficult. First of all, these spiral staircases can now have a dripstone trap in the middle that'll insta-kill you, but they also added 5 new encounters or mini-challenges between rooms, all consisting of 1 spawner and 1 vault. These are extremely rare, but mostly not too difficult, just a mini-challenge, except for one. This room has parkour, with a spawner that always spawns ranged mobs, with a dispenser trap that's like impossible to see, all over dripstone that'll one-shot you in full netherite. Subscribe for more updates. One of the most common things said about survival Minecraft is that after a week or two, it just gets boring. Like, what else is there to do? And I definitely feel that, but I think some people take the wrong approach. Minecraft isn't really a progression-based game. It's a creativity-based game, so trying to take the absolute fastest route to getting everything could be boring. Say you want a lot of iron. Most people would go mine for iron or explore for it and have some fun. Or you could watch a video and in like 10 minutes have infinite iron. Now, there's nothing wrong with playing the game like this, but if you find yourself getting bored quickly, I'd try to make your own designs for farms. It's pretty fun. Sometimes the easiest path and the path that isn't as easy are 2 different paths. camman18. Subscribe. You're probably missing a blacksmith. Mid-2010s Minecraft is easily recognized by the old blacksmith, which was replaced in 2019 by the weaponsmith, having the same loot and pretty much looking the same in Plains villages. And it looks about the same in all villages, having this lava in
I love how some
front.
gets
All
thrown all
villages
the way back
except
here and it's
one.
creating a
Most people
diagonal
won't see it,
one
but
now.
this village actually has
That's
a blacksmith. This pretty regular
I'm
looking
gonna
house marked
save and
with
quit
2
and
rhinestones
make a new
is
world
actually
now.
a blacksmith, so while everyone passes
Now
it, you
build
get the
stuff.
best village loot. Minecraft has a hidden temple that no one knows about. We all know about the Desert Temple and Jungle Temple, which are technically called the Desert and Jungle Pyramids, but in Bedrock Edition we can do /locate temple and it brings us to one of these. Or so I thought, because there's another structure it can take you to, a temple in the snow. This? So apparently igloos are classified as temples in Bedrock Edition, and so are witch huts. So
That's
I guess we
okay.
have a snowy
I just saw the
and
camman18
wet
funny.
temple.
That's funny.
Wandering Trader feels pretty useless. Most people just use it for the 2 leads it drops by murdering it, but it does have a few decent trades. First of all, it sells every sapling, which for
Creative,
unlucky worlds where the closest mangrove swamp is
peaceful.
7,000 blocks in a random direction, it could be the easiest way to get
Super
every wood
flat.
type. It's also the quickest way to get nautilus shells, which normally take a long time fishing or killing drowns for, but you can only get 5 out of the 8 needed for a conduit, and no one makes conduits. Other than that, it's pretty garbage. You can get some slime balls if you can't find a swamp, but it's mostly stuff you can just get from one flower forest. They need a buff. If you're an OG Minecraft,
redstone ready would
what
actually be
this
pretty good.
is. You can place TNT here and it launches you super high, but in survival
Structure's
it doesn't work as well, and the TNT is way too expensive to be viable. But with the new wind charges, I made this. It's super simple to make. Just a few dispensers filled with wind charges, some redstone, and a pressure plate. Going on this will send you 130 blocks into the air in seconds, and you take no fall damage. This is the quickest way to move upward, making for an insane vault entrance or the best elytra launch pad. So a new Minecraft snapshot released adding the vault, but I pretty much already went over it. You defeat a trial spawner, get a trial key, open the vault, and get some nice loot. But then I realized you can only open each vault once to encourage players to explore for other trial chambers. But how? How do you even find one of these? They're like strongholds or ancient cities, but strongholds you find with Eyes of Ender, and ancient cities are usually under mountains and in a specific cave biome. Now, the trial chambers are more common, but I think one of the next features we'll see in 1.21 is a definitive way to find the trial chambers. A lot of people call gold pointless because of powered rails and how slow minecarts are, but golden apples and carrots are the best food sources in Minecraft, only accessible through gold. And the quickest way to get gold is mining, which most people do wrong. Obviously, you want a Fortune 3 pickaxe, but finding gold in caves is pretty rare. A better player would mine in a mesa, spawning much more gold and can give crazy amounts in big caves, but these are few and far between, and once the mesa ends, it's hard to find another. That leaves nether gold ore, spawning super abundantly but dropping gold nuggets. But with Fortune 3, you can get up to 24 from 1, which sounds great, but only is an average of 8.8 nuggets.
I just remembered they added
and smelting them into ingots is the best way to mine gold. Iron is the most important ore in Minecraft, but it can be hard to get a lot if you don't know what you're doing. The best way are iron golem farms, but that's unethical, and ore veins, but these can be hard to find.
I got Discord.
In surface level caves, there's almost no iron, just a bunch of copper. As you go down, there's more, but it peaks at layer 16, which is an awkward spot to find a big cave that you'd usually go to deep slate for. So I have two solutions. Craft doors, then in a river or beach, find a water cave. These are super common, and you can swim down and breathe through the doors and mine a bunch of iron. Second is the stony peaks. Usually found in savannas, if you can find a tall enough stony peaks, they'll have more iron than any cave, and you don't even have to go underground to get it. So most people watch my videos on YouTube, but I also post them to TikTok and never really look at my account. But I randomly decided to see what the TikTok comments were talking about, and it's all, what is Mordecai yapping about? So apparently I sound like Mordecai from hit cartoon Regular Show. It's a banger, by the way. But I honestly don't really hear it, so I'll read this line in my normal voice and let me know. Relax, dude. We just need to do some work so we'll see what awesome employees we are. Okay, there's literally no way I sound the same. You guys are the yappers. Name tags are essential if... Okay, they're not really essential, but who doesn't appreciate a good name tag, alright? But most people have no idea how to get them. Like everything else in this game, the best way to get them is by forcing
I actually built one in a server for me and my friends from my school.
It's kind of expensive, so what about for normal people? Well, you could fish for it, but it's super rare, even with luck of the seas 3.
These blocks. I actually need the trapdoor because
in ancient cities, there's a lot, but they're pretty hard to loot, and woodland mansions and mob spawners can be hard to find.
I use soul torches because
almost 50% of mineshaft chests have one.
I always use a red bed. I played PS3 Minecraft.
Is one of the most important
red bed is the best bed.
Never use it. One block traveled in the nether is
I use white glass
thousands of blocks much quicker by nether travel,
and then
but the terrain will
I forgot.
usually mess this
I
up.
use
To get up
stairs.
here, mine to the top and around the bedrock.
I don't need
you find
stairs.
the
Who needs
highest
stairs?
point where you can stand beneath
Oh yeah, I have to
y
set the
equals
time to
125. Then place ladders to the top,
there, okay.
climb up, and aim an ender pearl right here, and throw and hold space.
I'll actually
Once
get
on the roof,
stairs.
you want to build a nether portal for quick access, and then simply run and build a portal however far you want. For the last
Okay.
year or two, there's been a lot of changes in Bedrock Edition to better
I'm
match
gonna
Java
make,
Edition to
like, a,
ultimately make both games feel as similar as
right there.
possible. But there's one huge difference that Mojang hasn't fixed: the Nether Roof. In Java, we can get to the Nether Roof with Ender Pearls and then build portals up here for super fast transportation. But in Bedrock, you can't build up here at all, making it pretty much pointless. And despite many requests, Mojang hasn't changed this, so maybe one day we'll see building up here in Bedrock, or we'll see it removed from Java. I think my least popular opinion in Minecraft is with the Nether Roof. If you don't know, you can Ender Pearl on top of the Nether, which is just a bedrock plane where you can build portals or farms or anything. And since one block in the Nether is 8 in the overworld, a lot of people have transportation networks up here. If you play Bedrock Edition, you notably can't do any of this, because it's actually a bug. They've just decided not to fix it for 10 years. And I kinda feel like they should. Like, the Nether is supposed to be challenging to reward those building in it, but you can just go to the top and, like, what is this? And you can only do it in one version. There's something insane about bubble columns that no one's talking about. If you don't know, you can place a soul sand underwater to create a bubble column, which will force you to float up when going inside. So a lot of good players have these in their base because they're much faster than ladders. The thing is, you can place lava on the bubble column. It doesn't turn to stone. It's so cursed. This means you can make an obsidian box on top of one of these in your friend's base, fill it with lava, and since you can't see it from the bottom, they'll hop in and have a slow, painful death. Subscribe for more tips! I recently found out bad Minecraft players are scared of caves, so will just strip mine for all their ores. So here's the best layer to strip mine every ore. Coal, layer 96 is best unless you strip mine in a mountain where 140 becomes the best. Iron, layer 16, but similar to coal, mountains can be way better, peaking at layer 232, but anything above 160 is great. Gold, layer negative 16, but way better in mesas anywhere above layer 32. Lapis, technically the most at layer 0, but I'd go to 8 so you can avoid deep slate, which breaks slower. Redstone and diamond ore is just the lower the more spawn, but since there's lava pools and bedrock super low, I'd recommend negative 54. And for emeralds, you should never strip mine because they just spawn on the tallest mountains and you can see them. And yes, I didn't mention copper on purpose. You've been wrong this whole time. If I asked you to name this structure, every one of you would say the Jungle Temple. Okay, makes sense, but what about this one? Desert Temple, right? Wrong. For over 6 years, the official name of this structure is Desert Pyramid. Okay, well that kind of makes sense, but you know what doesn't? This is officially named Jungle Pyramid. Who's calling this Jungle Pyramid? Oh, and in the same update, they made the Witch Hut's name the Swamp Hut. Literally unplayable. What's the rarest camman18 video? You might think it's the time I randomly uploaded a new music disc audio, or my first video, or the enchanted gold knot. Wait, wrong script. But there's actually a clear answer. My 7th video ever. The best Minecraft player ... Hashtag shorts. This is my only short with under 1 million views, but why? All it is me saying I'm the greatest Minecraft player, then getting blown up by a creeper and screaming, but for some reason, it got age restricted. I tried to dispute it like 2 years ago and got auto-denied, so I don't know. Most removed Minecraft features are kinda just garbage or got replaced by something way better, so no one really misses them. But there's one I would bring back.
Yeah,
a
that looks
removed
pretty good.
structure, the Brick Pyramid. Before clay was added, Notch needed a way for players to get brick, so made giant brick pyramids going to height limit containing 344,000 brick blocks. These were rare, but my proposal is to make them even rarer, like 1 in every million blocks, and going to the 320 height limit. Just imagine stumbling upon one of these for the first time. So yesterday I said having these tall plants outside your house was the biggest flex in Minecraft, because these items are really hard to get. Well, it turns out... Okay, well, it's still hard to get one in the exact spot. Alright, but the large fern is still super hard to find. Okay, I guess the biggest flex for your house is item frames with the plants. The items are still rare, okay? Another episode of Weird Things in Bedrock Edition. Spectral arrows just don't exist. The entire glowing effect just isn't in the game. For the most of you who don't know, the spectral arrow is crafted with glowstone or looted from bastions and make a mob glow when hit, and you can even see this through walls. This is awesome for PvP, but the glowing effect has an even better use. Are you ever in a raid and can't find the last mob? Well, ringing a bell will give it glowing so you can see it through walls, unless you're in Bedrock Edition. The new Minecraft snapshot just changed everything. So normally when you build a nether portal to go to the nether, you get this dirt loading screen and spawn in. Well, now the loading screen is the portal, and the same for end portals. It's a slow news day. But did you know in snapshot 20W16A, when they first added bastions, inside the lava basin of a treasure bastion, they accidentally left a barrier block, meaning you could have one of these in survival. Make sure to smack that subscribe button. What's the rarest block in Minecraft? Does anyone know? I'm really trying to figure it out here. You know, you think the dragon egg because there's only one of them, but there's some blocks that are straight up harder to get, like the netherite block. Now, you can technically make multiple of them, but you can't tell me it's easier to get than the dragon egg. Or you could go with deep slate emerald ore, which is a super rare spawn, and you need silk touch, but if you have good luck, you can definitely get it faster than a netherite block. And that's not even going back into history or into glitches. Does anyone know? Me at the rarest block debate. In my video the other day was one of the rarest things in all of Minecraft. Take a look. You have to be lying. And finally added like 3 months ago, the potions of infestation, oozing, weaving, and wind charge. Did you see it? Why is this redstone here? If you don't know, in the trial chamber, spider spawners spawn with stone around them, but this one generated a redstone ore. But not just any redstone ore, a stone redstone ore at layer -21. It should be deep slate ore. This happened because of how Minecraft generates ore, simply replacing pre-existing blocks. So if a structure with stone, diorite, andesite, granite, deep slate, or tuff generates, it can spawn the extremely rare structure ore. There's a hidden base so overpowered that people are afraid to talk about it on YouTube. See, these pesky YouTubers make all these complex hidden bases that no one's actually gonna use. And talk about this one, because once you know it, you never need another video again. You might be thinking you need some good stuff to set it up, but quite the contrary. This base is so good because you literally need nothing. It's completely undetectable. Just create a small base wherever you want, and then look at the entrance and place 2 dirt. What's the rarest enchantment in Minecraft? You might think it's Fortune or Mending or Swift Sneak, but in 1.21, none of these come close. All enchantments could be obtained pretty easily through villager trading, except 2. Soul Speed in Bastions and Swift Sneak in Ancient Cities. But now we have Wind Burst 3 from Trial Chambers. This will send you dozens of blocks in the air upon using a smash attack, but getting it is no easy task. It's not just only in Trial Chambers or only in pots or only in chests or only from vaults. It's only in ominous vaults at a 3% chance, over twice as rare as a mace. But that's only a 3% chance to get a random level 1 to 3, meaning it's really a 1% chance, and even rarer in Bedrock Edition. You need to clear a dozen trial chambers. Yesterday I found out only 11% of players beat the Ender Dragon without cheats, but there's some achievements that are even more surprising. We'll start with getting wood, which is 95%, so think about that. 5% of people are just walking around. It gets worse though. Only 80% of players ever make a furnace, 72% get iron, and just over half ever get diamonds. And then, less than a third of players ever make a nether portal. What are you guys doing? It's you guys watching this. Out yourself. New series, monthly camman18 question and answer. Drop your questions in the comments and next month I might respond. I only read subscriber comments, by the way. Who is your favorite Minecraft YouTuber? It used to be Technoblade. The Potato Wars are the best Minecraft videos ever. Around that time I also watched Wilbur, but he hasn't uploaded in a year, and honestly, I don't watch much Minecraft YouTubers. I do like Raiseworks for more technical Minecraft and new snapshots, and Phoenix SC and his subreddit for the more funny Minecraft news, and I usually watch whenever Ant Venom uploads. On the more content side, I think RecRap has a bunch of great original ideas, and I literally don't watch YouTube Shorts, but I ask people for channels, and Am Cobalt makes super high quality stuff. What do you do in your spare time? Do you plan to continue uploading daily? When I started, I had the mindset of doing shorts until it stopped working, but then it kept working, so honestly, I don't know. I'm not burnt out yet, but... Monthly camman18 Q&A number 2. Which rarest item is your favorite? I definitely have a lot I like, but the pig spawner from 1.16 was insane. There was a glitch where a buried treasure and cave spider spawner would generate on the same tile and create 5 pig spawners. What inspired you to make YouTube videos? I've always watched Minecraft videos and wanted to be a YouTuber, and then I found this Tommy Innit guy through Technoblade and found out he was younger than me, so I was like, why am I not doing that? Do you ever think Mojang will make minecarts faster? Honestly, I don't think they'll straight up boost regular minecart speeds, but I do think they'll eventually add another kind of minecart or another rail or attachment or something to make it faster. Now drop your questions in the comments, and next month I might respond. And I only read subscriber comments, by the way. Monthly camman18 Q&A number 3. How do you come up with video ideas? A lot of ways. I do just play Minecraft all day, so sometimes just come across stuff, but I also get viewer
How
suggestions
long have I been
and scroll
streaming
through the
for?
glorious Minecraft.wiki. What's your favorite Minecraft block? I like the bamboo
If
block
I've been
because
streaming
most
for a
people put my
while,
suggestion
then
in
I'm
that,
probably
also
gonna
the
go, yeah,
giant
now.
pink arrow
Okay,
was pretty
well,
funny.
that was a fun
Maybe
stream.
I'll
I'm
get one this
probably
year.
just gonna be in a
I've never been to
VC
any
with my
convention,
friends
and honestly, I've no plans
for
to,
the
but if
rest of
there's
this
ever another
video.
Minecon or any
So,
Minecraft event, I